Hello and welcome to the video of how to make your own DIY wreath, your Christmas wreath, to go alongside your DIY kit that would have been sent to you in the post. So in your kit you'll find all the foliage you need to create your wreath with, some accessories there to make, to add some Christmassy bits to. So we've got cones, we've got dried orange peels, cinnamon. You'll find your wreath ring that has already been mossed and your ribbon as well. So depending on what colour you go for, this is the mustard velvet ribbon. So I'm just going to unpack this now and show you how to go about making your own wreath. Let's just get this out. Also in here is your wires that you'll need to attach all of your accessories onto your wreath once it's foliaged up. And you've got your wire there. Let's just unpack this. This box. Oopsie daisy. When you come to working on your wreath, you'll find that so all the moss there, it's on a wire base frame, and the mossing has already been done and secured with string. If you have got a mister or like a spray bottle, then just give it a little squirts, just to moisten up the moss, to make your foliage last for a decent amount of time throughout the festive period. But it's going to be outside on your door. I mean, to be fair, this lasts for a really, really long time after Christmas, so you shouldn't have any problems keeping the foliage fresh looking. You'll also notice that there's a little hoop there made from wire, so just have a little rummage around to find that. That is where you'll be hanging that on your front door, to whatever hanging you have. So to get started, you will need your reel of wire. So I always start kind of maybe at the bottom. So find your hoop, and then just at the bottom here, that's where I make a start, and just wrap it around. And then just tie your wire around and secure it there. So you've got that attached and quite secure. Next, you're going to want your foliage. So in the box is a mixture of foliage. So we've got some conifer, we've got some holly. So if you are using holly, if you went for the holly option, or you wanted to add some of your own holly from your garden or wherever, on a walk or whatever, it is really pretty this year. Lots of berries about, and it can make for a really pretty wreath, but they are spiky and prickly, so I would recommend that you wear gloves with those if you're adding those to your wreath. With that as well, so we've got conifer, there'll be some blue spruce, like Christmas tree, to make that festive. I've just got today some ivy. Now I love this ivy, with the berries on. Look, I think that looks really effective. So that is a little mix. What else have I got? I think I've just got ivy and conifer. So with your secured wire, what you want to be doing is just getting little bundles of your foliage. And you can mix it up. I quite like it a mixed bunch, and just bunch it in your hands. And you want to lay it flat on. I've got some nice bugs there, nice and fresh. And you want to lay it flat on your wreath, and then secure it. Hold it down and just wrap it around the wreath ring, a good couple of times, nice and firmly, just to secure that. And that's it, you've got your first bundle of foliage on there. So, and basically all you do is just repeat that. So little bundles of your foliage. Nice little mixture things. Nice bundle there. So to make it look really full, you can do 3 lots. So outside, inside, and on the middle, and just layer it up. The more foliage you put in, the more bundles you put in, the fuller and bigger your wreath will be. And then just what you need to do then is just keep going. And just where you see the stalks, where they're sitting lying flat, where you've just secured it, just get your next bundle and put it over the top and then secure again. And wrap it around. 2-3 times would be fine. And then just work your way around doing that. And get some holly. Now, with holly, if you just keep to the stems, they won't prick you, obviously, it's just the leaves that are spiky. So if you've got a nice stemmed bit of holly like that, you don't really need gloves. And plus my hands are quite weathered and used to being pricked by rose stems and what, so they've thickened over the years. It's not very glamorous, I suppose, but that's what happens when you're a florist, it kind of comes with the job. Just loosely bundle. You can secure it with a bit of string if you wanted, but you know, I think just tightening it up with your fingers and just layering it on like that is absolutely fine. And just keep going, keep layering, keep adding, and nice bundles, foliage. So you can see there it's been tightened, so I would probably go a little bit, another bundle in there to just cover that up. Just a nice bushy bundle with a bit of ivy. And keep going. A little bit of holly next. A few berries, which is nice. Keep wrapping and layering. holly. Bunch that up. Some ivy. I'm sure there's a Christmas song about that, the holly and the ivy. This is probably where it comes from. Making the wreath. Now normally I would be doing this in a workshop setting. So last year we were at a tennis club doing it, which was lovely. And it is really lovely to get everyone together and mulled wine and mince pies, some Christmas songs to get you into the Christmas spirit, and it's great. But obviously this year it's a different sort of year, so we just have to adapt, really, don't we? And this is one of the things that we can still enjoy, but just do it a little bit differently. Hopefully you'll have had, you'll have put some Christmas songs on to get in the spirit of things, if you're doing it on your own or whether you're doing it in a group, whichever, it doesn't really matter. But it's just nice to do something craft based at home and enjoy each time you see your front door. And yes, when you've completed it, you'll have a very proud moment because it will look beautiful and you'll have created something. And next year, you'll have the skills and know how to do it, or sign up. Hopefully we'll be back to normal and you'll be able to sign up to one of the workshop classes, and we could do it together. Or you can go out and forage and collect what you've got in the garden or friends' houses and just make your own. You'll have the knowledge and know-how to do it. Now this is the traditional way of making the wreath. This is what I was taught at college. There are other ways, one including Oasis, which me as a florist is trying to use less and less of the stuff, really, because it's a plastic. So Oasis is a real kind of no-no and becoming a real no-no in the florist world. So and I think it's just nice to know traditional ways of making things. And this is, there's metal and moss, and all your foliage is obviously degradable. Less plastics is always good. I always try to use as little as possible in my makes, especially because there's quite a lot this time of year. So just keep going with your foliage. Oops. Get some more. Oh goodness. Alright, we just have one more little bunch. Only foliage left. And just closing that gap. Wrapping it round. And then to finish, just turn it round and cut off a few inches of your wire, and then just thread it through where you've wired before, and just tighten it up, and keep doing that a couple of times. Thread it through where you've been working, and it will secure it. Put it tight, twist it if you like, or chop it off once it's secure, and just poke it in the moss like that. So find your wire bit, wherever that may be. Here it is, here's mine. And this is the finished piece. And look. There we are. So that's all your foliage done. And what we're going to do now is just add all of your accessories. So clear a bit of space, clear away all the foliagey bits. We're not going to need the wheel anymore. We've done that. So let's just clear a bit of space. Don't need that. So you've got your foliage all ready and prepped on your base and nice and secure on the back. So I mean, this is where your creativity and your own personal taste comes into play. You can do whatever you want with this. You can add baubles to it. You can add dried flowers or berries, or we've got, I'm putting on cones in the kit. There's cones, cinnamon and orange peel, but there are baubles and other accessories that you can put on, maybe a little robin. Here we go. So what I do, find your hook. So that's going to be the top where it's going to be secured on your door. And so we'll be needing the thick wires now. And to secure your cone, your fir cone, what you need to do is just hold it tight, and then the wire will go in the bottom part of the cone, wrap it around, if you can see. So just wrap it around there, and then just twist it together, and then twist, so you get that there, and then just twist that down, so you've got your cone like that. And then to attach it to your wreath, you're just going to put it in, so just stab your wreath with the wire, poke it in through the moss, out to the back. And then at the back you'll see the wires coming through. Okay, so can you see that? And then what you need to do is just pull it through, and then just twist and push it back into the moss, push it back down into the moss. Can you see? So just hiding that, and then that, it will secure your cone. That's one. We're going to add 3 to this. I quite like working in odd numbers. Old kind of florist teaching thing. But you can add whatever you want and how many you want. So another one's going in. So we're going to add that here. And again, so those 2 wires are going to be pushed through the moss, in through the back. And then you're going to bend it sideways. So splaying that wire to go the separate ways and push into the moss. And push it in, just to secure that. So that's our second one in. And then we've got a little one going in. So again, just twisting that big wire around the moss. Bringing the 2 ends to, and then you want to twist it to secure it. Bringing it down so you've got a little cone with legs, and then you push that in. Push that in through the moss. And then splaying those wire ends, and then pushing them back through the moss. So that's our cones. So with any orange peel that you can have them whole, or you can chop them and you can have more and spread them. So I'm going to have mine whole actually. So having 2 there. So get your wire and you poke it through. Really simple. Poke it through. Bring the wire end down. So can you see? Bringing the wire ends down and then twist that to secure, and you'll have that look. And then what you want to do again is push that wire through the moss to the back, and then splay the ends like someone doing the splits, and push it back through the moss. So you can see, pull it down and push back through the moss. And then you've got some lovely orange there. And then again, the orange, push it through, pull it down, twist, give it a little twist, and then push that down. Push it down and through. Splay those ends and push it back through to the moss. So I've also got cinnamon. So with the cinnamon, what I like to do is bunch it up. So I've got some string. I just wrap a couple of cinnamon sticks together in a little cinnamon bundle. Maybe a bow on there, look pretty. So again, with your big thick wire. So you've got that. So that's a little bundle of cinnamon sticks. So So I'm twisting that around, and again, getting it really tight there at the back, and then just twisting that to secure. Last thing. Sorry, Lloyd. Lost the end. Ah, there it is. Okay. So it's just a case of working out where you'd like your cinnamon pieces, really. So I think I'm going to have mine here. And then again, just push it through foliage and through the moss. Splayed ends, push it back and through, back through the moss. And just repeat. So anything basically that you want to attach, just use these thick wires, wrap it around really nice and tightly, and then you can add to your heart's content. Some like to have less, or think more is more. Whatever you prefer. So I'm just going to add another cinnamon piece. So wrapping it around the bundle, nice and secure. And then we're going to be securing again with the wire. And then I think I'm going to put some more here. So that is all the accessories that I'm going to be putting on, and I think that is really effective as it is, really. But next we'll be going to be putting on our bows. So there we go. Next job is the bow. So your bow will come looking like this. So whichever colour you've picked, and then. So you can either, you've got a few options here really, so you can either choose to put your bow at the top and have it dangling down, or you can choose to have it at the bottom, whichever you prefer, or you don't have to have a bow at all, you can just have perhaps just a couple of strips of ribbon just dangling down, which like I said, like that's quite nice as well, isn't it? So it really is up to you with what you do. Encourage creative play and see what you think looks best. Again though, so to secure, you wrap it around. See that? So there's the bow. Lay the wire flat over the middle of the bow, twist it and pull it down to the back, and then pull and twist to secure, and then just give that a few little twists. There we go. So it's got legs there, look, and they are going to be poking again through the moss, through the foliage, through the moss, and we'll be tucking that in like we did with our accessories. So just find a little space, so just make sure that you are levelling up to your hook. There's symmetry there if you want. If you don't want, then you might just want to have it on the side. It's completely up to you where you put it. I'm going to just put this in the centre at the bottom. Just feel around for those wires. And pull in and twist in. Splay those wire bits and push it back through and up the moss to secure. And that, folks, is your wreath. There we are. And that is the finished product that you will end up with. So I hope you enjoyed making yours today, and please send me your pictures. I would love to see them on your doors, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely Christmas, a happy, healthy Christmas, and yeah, take care. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for purchasing one of my wreath kits. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.